welcome to the show, to the roll. Let me go ahead and turn this fan off. My giant ass legendary level AC unit over here cooling us down, chilling us down for one of the best games, one of the best times that you can have this side of the West Coast. You know, not on the West Coast, we're on the East. To be a beast and give you guys more of this amazing gameplay that you love. Today, we're back in that maze. Oh my goodness, and I got another crackpot theory for you guys in the MMO sleep playlist that may or may not tweak your brain enough for you to fall asleep. And yeah, it's another day where of course I am not asleep. I am very sleep deprived, but that's a normal thing. And here's the thing, guys, about this one, you know? I think sleep is a myth. I'm throwing it down right now. I'm throwing down the gauntlet, the hypotheses, the legendary, dairy, scary theory of your Miris. And I'm gonna say it. Yeah, sleep is not real. You know, it's all what you're willing to give for recovery. And I mentioned this before, but we are really out of healers in the world. You know, so you have to figure out in this society where you really don't have to expend your energy to eat. Most times it's just like getting food in this world is so damn easy. I mean, honestly, I've lived homeless. I'm basically homeless now, but I've lived homeless before, and it's you know, it's kind of crazy how it's possible to really survive without, you know, uh, money or grabbing things, you know, with your energy, if you will, or using your physical strength or natural, you know, energetic abilities, your agilities, your stats for gaining food. It's kind of crazy. So when you look at things that way, when you think we only need food, water, shelter, and the society we have is not going to challenge you in the ways that humans or animals in general are meant to be challenged. You got to think, man, is a sleep really real? You know, is a cycle of the normies, if you want to call it normies or whatever, really worth it or really valuable in the end? And I think also this doesn't seem to be recording my. Oh, you know what? I probably need to do. I need to do that. There we go. Okay, so I don't know why the fuck that fucked up for me, but whatever. We're not going back. We're not going back. My mouse has been on the fritz lately because of my from up with the spill couple episodes back. Go back to, I think that was episode 100 actually, when I just fucked everything up. Oh my goodness, that was great. But yeah, we're dealing with the results of our actions right now, but vibing through it. It's been pretty funny to just witness what the fuck is going on with this damn PC. But nevertheless, if it explodes, I have backup plans. And we're rolling with that. Essentially, though, I think sleep is just what you sacrifice timing wise for what you're getting. And in a general sense, sleep in and of itself is something that you really have to think about. Like what do I really want from this? What is this truly giving me in the end? Because you really have to think, is it necessary? You know, especially in today's society, economy, whatever you want to call it. A lot of things are seemingly just there for festivities, you know, for shows, for posh and dosh and running in the slosh. And you really don't need to invest super heavily in trying to please and appease the world's schedules, if you will, especially if you're not, you know, locked into a job or anything. So that's what I'm saying. Like sleep, I don't know if it's really real. I don't know if this is a really thing that we really need. This 8 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, even 2 hours. As long as, once again, guys, you are getting the rest that you so wholeheartedly deserve. I feel like sleep, it's a byproduct of that, you know. It's like a whatever portion of that. Also, this recording has been so scuffed, because I have to keep resetting my model because it keeps doing random crazy things with the mouse. So I'm just gonna try my best to do something like this and have it not go crazy. We'll see how that works. But yeah, guys, the world is not going to give you easy access to what you need as far as what do you call it? Sanity goals. So sanity goals, Chief. Yeah, yes, partner. So sanity goals. It's not really gonna give you what you need. You kind of gotta flow it out in your own way, in your own purpose, and find out how to get what you want by using your own set of parameters, your stats. And like I said, a lot of the physical stuff really isn't needed nowadays. It's crazy. It's crazy how this whole world has turned around and it's shaped up to be that. But yeah, a lot of your physical stats, a little bit useless. And a lot of the physical stats go into why we need sleep in the first place. If you rest your mind properly and you only do a minimal amount of actual exercise or work, you can really get by at a very low amount of sleep. And I'm a testament to that. I really don't rest that much. You know, I'm usually up just kind of vibing to music, chilling out, gaming, creating, getting music, you know, done, listening to things, developing, running up on stream after stream after stream, streaking my way through life. It's a weird time when you're this invested in video games and art and whatnot, to be alive, because it feels like there's a lot of spaces that are just, it's kind of like the Nintendo universe. It's just, or video game universe in general. It's connected, but intrinsically, not really completely and utterly connected, like inevitably and, you know, undisputably. But if you draw enough lines and comparisons, you can make a circle, or you can make a graph, or you can make a coherent theory, if you will. But the thing is, with any kind of crackpot theories like that happen in the world, guys, you have to realize that the world is not necessarily for you know, the natural holy man, or the good guy, or the nice person, or the world traveler of today's age. It's always going to anime protagonist you, and give you the runaround. And that is why sleep, or precious things like that are usually seen as, like, you know, natural things, you know, food, sleep, hugs, you know, these things are naturally going to be brought away far and, you know, few in between, for the people actually trying to do good things and bring upon light to the world, because it's just a natural ebb and flow of the wave of the process. But yeah, I'm here to tell you guys, it's the sad truth that nowadays it's really about where you want to waste your time. And I learned this from RPGs mostly, because it's like a lot of RPGs, especially nowadays, they give you the whole rigmarole, run-em-a-down of basically saying, you know, you can sleep whenever you want, but the cycle, you know, you'll be less efficient around the next time around the cycle, or you know, you'll gain less, or, you know, the day will proceed onward, yada yada yada, right? And when you take this into effect of the real world, it's like, yeah, you can catch up on sleep, you can wait around for sleep, but all in all, it's really going to come down to what your body feels like it needs at the moment. And if you don't move your body, or you know, chase down lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, and you're just kind of in this relaxed flow state, then sleep really isn't super necessary. What's necessary is to get the rest and healing that you need and keep fighting on. And I think sometimes when we just have a really good basis or purpose, or, you know, just a really good direction, there's just a really good way to waste our time that is not being unconscious, it's easy to miss out on days. And it can even be something that you don't like. You realize, guys, one of the strongest emotions in humanity is anger. So if you're, you know, grinding away at a job you hate, and that is causing you to lose sleep, then I feel like that's a worthy use of your energy, in my opinion. And I feel like it's sort of driving the same point home. It's like, you know, whatever you have, it is giving you energy. You know, for me, it's the love energy, it's the passion energy, it's the patience and peace energy. You know, for you it may be that angry job energy, but I say don't fight against it. You know, don't say, oh, I have to be a normie and adhere to these crazy sleep schedules and go to bed at exactly 9 and wake up at exact. Nah, man. What you need to do is listen to your body. I'd say that's the main thing. That's why I'm saying sleep is not real, because when people listen to their bodies, they realize they don't need as much as they needed before. Maybe I just need to go to bed at like 9 a.m. You know, and then wake up at 12. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's just start the fucking day. And I'll do that for a couple days. Maybe I'll catch up for sleep, you know, some days. You know, maybe I'll be like, oh shit, I woke up at 5 today. But most days, that's what I need. That's what I need. And you gotta flow it out and make sure you do all of your responsibilities, all your non-negotiables, yada yada yada. You know, take care of your body, take care of your health, your fitness. You know, clean your goddamn balls. But yeah, the natural cycles of degeneracy, I feel like, aren't really degeneracy. They're just our bodies reacting to the weird climate that we're fucking in. Because you really don't have to, like I said, guys, you know, we used to have to fight tooth and nail. We used to have to keep doing hard claw on these slimes. And, you know, fucking slapping our spears against mammoths or some shit. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. But, you know, it used to be just a lot harder to survive energetically. So we had the sleep cycle. Also, if you've ever played video games, you know the enemies get harder at night. And I don't know about you, but I don't know where you're living, man. It could be actually a dangerous place. Where I'm at, and the way I look, and the way I am built, I am the danger at night. So it's just more peaceful for me personally to be awake at degenerate times. And also, I'm playing this Japanese video game. That's what convinced me to even stay up at this ungodly hour in the first place. And you know, now I just kind of live the nocturnal life, and I'm feeling like it's a little bit better. Also because it really doesn't stop me from doing anything I want to do in regular life. Like I said, I do get sleep, I just don't get as much. Just like I get social interaction, I just don't get as much. Because I don't need as much. And I'm not ashamed or sorry that I don't care to talk to the people that I don't care to talk to. I'm just flowing through it. I'm just being myself authentically and also responsibly, you know, taking care of the people who I really am, you know, invested and injected into their lives, and taking care of them in the way that I can, but at the same time taking the piece of myself that I feel like is required to keep me happy, which is, you know, the piece that comes from creating this channel and doing these things, and, you know, getting a little music on and creating, of course, more than I am consuming, or at least an equivalent amount, because I do consume a lot. I am a huge consumer gooner. So that is the main spiel of the theory. I suppose I could give some anecdotals of people who have been going through the same thing, but I really don't have too strict of experientials with them. I've just, you know, sort of been absorbing the energies over the airwaves back and forth here and there. But I'll give you a small example. I don't know why I keep going back to this creator on the channel, but I have been watching the Retro Rihanna streams. She deals with sort of narcolepsia, you know, where it's very, very hard to sleep because your sleep cycle's a little bit off. You know, it can even be offset by like an hour or so. So you're like on a 25-hour clock, and you know, you could slowly get, like, the axis of the earth can slowly get offset, and so now you're fucking waking up at like 4:30 a.m. for some reason. And in these, you know, situations, you just kind of got to follow your body, especially if you don't have an obligation like a job or many things to get done during the day. You know, fighting that kind of just biology is difficult. And this is the problem with today's society. That's basically what we're trying to do. We're actively battling biology. And you just gotta follow your nature, because it's gonna come back to you eventually. You're gonna have to fall back into your nature eventually, because, you know, the tension of acting against yourself and your true, you know, embodiment of the physical is going to hurt you, you know. And so that's what we're trying to do essentially with the whole gender war, the politics war, the whatever war. It's just us fighting biology in order to control people, and it's fucking working. But there's still chance for all of us to come back to life. And I feel like it starts with the small things like this, just the small acts of acceptance, like accepting that you have a degenerate sleep schedule that doesn't really fucking make sense. And that's okay. Who the fuck cares? When you go live, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, who the fuck cares, really? You shouldn't even care, and you are the person doing it. And that's the crazy thing, guys. It's like, there's no threat of dying when you go outside, and that's terrible, because people act like there still is, and there's fucking not. You could get attacked by a dog, maybe, perhaps. You could get, you know, hit by a car, maybe. You probably won't die from it, you know. But just the fact that a lot of people are actively afraid of the threat of, you know, just getting popped or shot randomly, you know, and I understand. I've lived in different neighborhoods at different places and whatnot, you know. Sure, there's always the outlier. But I'm talking, guys, before civilization, we had to like expend tons of energy just to leave the camp for seconds to find food. And it's just not like that. It's just not even remotely close to that. And you got to realize that the dichotomy between the stress that we feel mentally and the physical exertion that we have to expend to make it through the day is it's becoming a wider and wider gap, so crazily a wide gap, that I feel like, yeah, you know, sleep, it's something that you should get, but to force yourself to get it is only going to cause more of this gap between the physical amount of stress we can exert and the mental amount of stress that we are accumulating through life. Because when you sleep, some people have good dreams. Some people, you know, put on things that give them the nice, happy nightmares. And most of y'all just scroll on TikTok until you fall to bed, or, you know, put on a stream and go to bed. I'm not saying you can't put on a good stream to sleep to, or a good YouTube video to sleep to. But you realize this is all just adding in more things. And when you add more shit into your stress stew, it's just going to make it a more pungent version of a stress stew. What you really need to do is release the tension, release the energy from the day before, and then you'll be able to sleep. And for some of us, that tension is within our bodies far into 4:30, 5:30, you know, 6 a.m., far into all those times. And if you're one of those people, you know what it means. You know what it feels like to just have this energy on you that's just like, I need to be awake. You know, I can't sleep. I have a need to toss and to turn and to think and to stress and to release all the bullshit. And meditation can help. For me, it's creation. I have to write things, or speak things like I'm doing right now. I usually do these late at night when I'm just like, holy shit, it's time for bed, and I really need to just inspire myself. That's usually when I do it. And you gotta think to yourself, what do you need when you're rolling around in bed? Like what would really relax me? What would put me at peace right now? Because that's the main problem, is that we're not at peace. We're not. And whether it's a huge project, a huge undertaking that you want to do, whether it is talking to an important person, whether it is doing a thing, draft it out, plan it out, you know, make a destination chart, whatever. And I'd even say take action for it, you know? I'd even say find yourself a 24-hour gym. I'd even say things like that. And just really going for it, taking that one small step, no matter what the time is worth it. But I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom, okay? I don't care what the fuck you do, as long as you're not just laying in bed, tossing and turning, wishing you could sleep, because that never actually puts you to sleep. I don't even care if it's like grabbing a bottle and being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm drinking. I don't care, you know? It has to be something. But that's the main thing that happens with depression, is that, you know, you get in these cycles of being like, why can't I do this? And then you're sad because you can't do the thing, and then you're sad because you can't do the thing, and you're thinking about not being able to do the thing. It's like a forever repeating cycle. So you don't want to get into that. What you want to get into are the good cycles of getting angry or getting indignant, and then shaking off, releasing that anger and indignance, and then allowing yourself to then rest in the fact that you've made it. You've accomplished. Okay, now you can end your day because you did some shit, right? I feel like that's why a lot of people just toss and turn and can't be. It's like I didn't do shit today, or I need to do this thing, or something's riding on their mind. You know, something's just like something just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. And when things like this happen, you got to realize that we're all just humans, and you got to be kind to yourself. But at the same time, being kind to yourself is listening to your body. If it doesn't want to sleep, okay, being kind to yourself is not, putting in the play pit and being like, bitch, you're gonna fucking sleep, you little bitch. That's not being kind to yourself. Especially when you have things you want to do, you have people you want to see, you have places you want to go. So let's be kind to ourselves today, people. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by the MMO Sleep playlist. Hope this wasn't too rambunctious and weird for you. But if it was, come back and we'll get even weirder. Oh, yeah. I know you'll love that. I have about nothing to say. Subscribe if you like. We do music here every day. And like the video. This is Lyle from Lyle in Cube Sector. We're gonna end off with some dope ass ST style. Go ahead and listen to Calvin Harris if you want to. He's a cool little artist of the hairstyle. All right, I'm done. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe and I'll catch you next time.